Zacharias, and I'm here today with you to do a little M+M math. We read the M+M counting book, and we also looked at more M+M math, and today we'll be doing some M+M math in this packet here. We'll be sorting out our M+M packages, and we'll be using a sorting and tallying sheet, and then we'll do a bar graph, which involves taking your crayons and recording the number of M&Ms in each color. Then we'll answer some questions about how many M&Ms there are, which are the most, which are the fewest, and some more information. And then we'll use that information, and we'll do some addition, subtraction, and greater than and less than questions. As part of our literacy component, we'll illustrate and write a little story about what we would do if we were an M&M. Okay, let's take a look. Now, I sorted these M&Ms according to the color. Here are all the brown, here are the red, here are the yellow, the orange, the blue, and the green. Well, just looking at this, how many would you say, just a prediction, how many would you say is the most? Julia, can you help us out with that?
I think that green and blue both have 15. That's my guess.
Okay, so Julia's just guessing 15. She doesn't know. She's just making a prediction. She's just saying there's a lot of M&Ms there. And then which color, just by looking at these M&Ms, would you say is the fewest?
Well, I think brown is the fewest.
Brown does look like it's the fewest.
Yeah.
Now what we'll do is...
It has like 4.
And what we'll do is we'll tally, and then we'll do our bar graph, and then we'll do some addition and subtraction and problems. Okay, now how do we tally? This is how we tally. We do 1, 2, 3, 4 for brown. Now red, let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 red. Now for the yellow, I can also count by twos and say 2, 4, 6, 8. Now each one has a pair, so that means that's an even number. And I can do 8. I can say 8, and I can also say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as in a tally. Okay? Now for the orange, we have 2, 4, 6. Also, pairs, they each have a partner, someone to hold their hand, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now let's see which one wins out. Is it going to be the green or the blue? Now, Julia, can you count by twos?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15. Wow. Well, you happen to be right with your prediction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 sets of 5. 5, 10, 15. If we were counting by fives, we would say 5, 10, 15. Now let's count how many blues there are. We can put those aside now.
Okay.
Can you count for me the blues?
In twos?
Yes.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
14. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5, 10, and 4 singles is 14. So, wow, you were really close with your prediction. But it seems that which number is the most?
Green.
Green has 15.
One more.
One more. And brown has 4. Red, 5, 6, 7 has 7. Yellow had 8. Orange had 6. Okay, now what we'll need to do is to fill in that information on a bar graph. Can you?
Yeah.
We'll fill it out on the bar graph using your crayons, and we'll take a look at that information afterward. This is Mrs. Zacharias, and we're back here at the Math Center doing our M&M math. We took a look and we sorted our M&Ms and tallied them, and some of us did bar graph. Now that that bar graph is complete, we can easily see what we saw before, where the green was the most, followed by the blue, and the brown was the least, with only 4. Now we'll be doing some addition and subtraction problems based on our answers. The first addition problem is going to be 7 red plus 8 yellow. That's 7 plus 8. Now we know our double facts, which are 8 plus 8. That's called our spider fact, because we know that the spider has 8 legs. So when we have 2 spiders, we know that that's 16. Now 7 is 1 less than 16, so we know that 7 plus 8 equals 15. So I'm going to write 15 for that total. Now the next problem I have is 14 blue plus 4 brown. So that's 14 plus 4. To find the total, what we could do is 2 things. We could take a look at our bar graph, and we know 14 blue is there, and we know we have to add 4 more brown. So we take 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 14 plus 4 is 18. So we know the total of 14 blue plus 4 brown is 18. The next one I have is 14 plus 6. 14 blue plus 6 orange. 14 plus 6, what we want to try to do is we want to make 10. So 4 plus 6 we know is 10, plus the other 10 from here equals 20. So 14 plus 6 equals 20. Let's take a look at some of our subtraction problems. Here we have 14 blue minus 8 yellow. So that's 14 minus 8. We can take a look at our graph, and we can find 14, and we can find where we have 8, that would be the yellow, and we can count the difference. So we'll know that 14 minus, that mark would be there, so we would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know 14 minus 8 equals 6. Then the next problem is 8 yellow minus 6 orange. 8 minus 6. Most of us already know that 8 minus 6 is 2, and we can see that when we go from the yellow, 8, to the orange, 1, 2. That's 2 difference. And the last problem, we have 15 green minus 4 brown. 15 minus 4. Now we can take the green, which was 15, and count down and find the difference of brown and green, and take away 4. We can also count back and say 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. 15 minus 4 is 11, because 5 minus 4 is 1, and the 1 comes down to be 11. We separate that by tens and ones, so we'll see that 5 minus 4 is 1, and 1 minus 0 is 1, making that answer 11. So we're going to write 11. And then we'll do a couple of things here, which I did. Brown is less than blue, and green is more than orange. I got that information just by looking at my graph. I can see and fill that information out. The last thing we need to do is do our little M&M literacy component. And here Julia did a little drawing, and she wrote, my color would be, if I were an M&M, my color would be green with pink polka dots, and I would taste like watermelon. And that's why she drew that little one. I hope you enjoyed our lesson on M&M counting and M&M math. Have a great day.